Renaissance is a French word that means rebirth.
Renaissance art can be traced back to Italy in the late 13th and early 14th centuries. This is the time where there is an increase of awareness of nature, a revival of classical learning, and a more individualistic view of man.
Of Adam. His works on the creation of Adam include several characteristics of Renaissance, such as perspective, which is responsible to give a flat image more depth and shadows, and also realism, which creates an illusionary ability to make it seem real.
It was also part of the Sistine Chapel ceiling, and it was painted during the years 1508 and 1512.
Renaissance art has a great impact up until today. This assisted the world of art. Renaissance art were expressed in a simple manner. Some were unrealistic and some were disproportionate. It was taken a notch higher by the introduction of oil paints. Developments also shown a variety of styles and tones which expresses emotions and situations. Majority of the paintings showed a focus on religion. Moreover, the beauty of this art never fades.
Renaissance art contextual playing. These arts were a symbol of memory to those people at that time. It was their way of preserving their works for future generations to look at and appreciate. Renaissance art, evaluative play. Renaissance is a French term that means rebirth, and it refers to an era in European culture distinguished by resurgence of classical learning and wisdom. Art that concentrated on human beauty and environment, and people showing they have lived and displaying emotion, even in religious works.
The Creation of Adam by Michelangelo was made in the year 1512. The medium of this painting is fresco. Its dimensions are 2.8 meters by 5.7 meters. Its present location is on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel.
The painting is laid out in a rectangle, where Adam is on the left reclining and has this athletic figure, and God is on the right, an elderly bearded man who floats horizontally as if in motion amid a cluster of angels. It is shown in the painting that Adam lazily stretches out his limp left hand to God, while God is extending his right arm towards Adam. And this is set against a neutral background that suggests an electrically charged field. As we can see in the painting, the fingers of Adam and God are only millimeters apart, which captures the contrast of the physical and conceptual chasm between God and man.
When we look at the painting, we notice that Adam's body is almost the same as God's in form, posture, and even in size. This reminds us of Genesis chapter 1 verse 27, where it says, God created man in his own image. Therefore, Michelangelo, aware of the idea in this Bible verse, painted God and Adam in almost the same likeness.
Renaissance art was truly a revolutionary era for art. It was an era of discovery. It introduced new techniques like oil painting on canvas, linear perspective, use of light and shadow, and more. Artworks from this age are highly praised even in the present day and are influential. When talking about arts in history, what really comes to mind are artworks from the Renaissance period. The Creation of Adam is a masterpiece by Michelangelo. The painting depicts the relationship between God and man. Without God, man has no life. It shows how God loves us and puts his focus in us. And since God loves us so much, he created man in his own image and likeness. Even centuries later, after the creation of the painting, new interpretations are still being made, which shows how rich the painting is.